The Valley Persian Style is out in the universe now.
Yes.
How does this ride on the reality TV roller coaster compare to your first ride with Shahs?
What a great question. It's completely different. I feel like this calm that I didn't have with Shahs. I was always afraid. I never wanted it to end, and I was always scared there wouldn't be another season. And then to get canceled and to be able to come back, I feel like I've got this like golden ticket from the past in my pocket, giving me this like calm and confidence that literally I thought to myself, just enjoy the ride this time. Just savor the flavor, sop it up like a biscuit, and don't think about all the other things that used to give you anxiety. And I loved every minute of it.
Has there been in the episodes we've gotten so far any surprises for you of watching it back of, I didn't know that happened, I didn't know they said that?
Sky's confessionals have been very eye-opening.
I'm a strong woman. Strong women don't do the cat fight. We don't do that.
I feel like that's how she shows up in the world, being holier than thou, and you're telling everyone, oh, I don't like the Valley. The food no good, the vibe no good, the people no good. It's like, girl, you live in the Valley,
Right,
boo.
this is your neighborhood
When
too.
you move to Bel Air, you can talk about the Valley. But until then, you live in the Valley too. So, sweetie, you talking about you. You the bad vibe in the Valley, not us.
I'm not a snobby.
Grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth?
You're so beneath me.
You would think she was a member of the Persian royal family.
You got like a sliver, and when you watch the next episode, you're gonna get the slice. And when you get the slice, I feel like the floodgate, the next episode is, I can't wait to see it, and I was there.
Okay, so we need to brace for impact for the back half of this season.
Brace! The fallout is literally
A domino effect?
It's a domino effect until the finale. So buckle up.
I will drop you like the napkins that I clean my nose with.
You had to do a little soul searching after Shahs went away. What did you learn about yourself in those 5 years off camera?
Man, these questions are awesome and bring up a lot of stuff for me when I think about the answer. I realized that my life without TV was really delicious, and I needed to appreciate the mundane and beautiful things that were never on camera. My day-to-day interactions with my friends, just being a part of my community, my real estate career, my relationship with my husband, focusing on things that bring us joy outside of television, and tuning back into those things and tapping into the pleasure that those things were giving me. And now that TV is back, I'm not diminishing those things, and I'm holding those things that propped me up and kept me up when I was feeling very down. I'm realizing like those things are very real and very important, and I need to nourish and water those things while TV is happening, as opposed to focusing all of my energy over here.
You were pouring into kind of one bucket when there were 10 cups waiting for water over here, and you can fill all 10 cups with the bucket.
I would be remiss if I didn't have a big brother conversation with you.
Gigi told me she didn't really feel like her friendship with you started until Shahs ended. Do you feel the same way?
Very much so, because we were at odds most of the time when we were filming. And then when cameras went down, we discovered this beautiful friendship that we never got to experience.
How did you make sure bringing cameras back into the equation didn't then mess up the work you had put in?
When we started filming, she was looking for a house. I was really helping her in real life. I was trying to give her advice and her reaction to my advice was crazy to me. Like, it took me back. I remembered who she is to me and our relationship, and as opposed to reacting, I decided to just let her tell me what she was thinking and how she was feeling, and that Steve Harvey told her to fly first class and never downgrade her lifestyle. And I just thought, you know what? I gave her my thoughts. I showed her I cared, and she'll do with it what she will do. And I just need to be okay with that outcome.
And that's how you got to the place of, we're gonna stay friends and you're gonna find a new agent to help you on this journey. Because I did ask her, like, do you live beyond your means? And she said, oh yeah, I do.
I have to tell you,
You've been a topic tonight.
Oh, God.
It's about your house hunt.
Can I get kissed before I get
It did crack me up that she was offended by everyone talking about her home search at the party, as if you had given them all this information, when, if you actually watch the episode, she brought it up herself at the girls' dinner.
Facts.
Because I'm actually desperate. I don't have any credit to buy anything, and I've never been a buyer. The mortgage on a house that I have to buy is not what I can afford.
Knowing that we were talking about her when she wasn't there, that's like her Achilles.
Yeah.
So MJ going up to her when she arrives at a dinner party, before highs and before a cocktail, before anything, it was like, Molly, you in danger, girl. We were
Yes.
talking about you before you got here.
I was like, oh, Merce, we're trying to make a scene here, but we could have waited. We could have gotten a drink in our system
Yes.
first.
Yeah.
On the note of Mercedeh, which I love, she's actually going by her true name.
Same.
We watch you have quite the heart-to-heart on the latest episode.
You are like a real pillar of strength. Real pillar. You didn't have anyone at all. I want the best for you.
How much work do you feel is left to repair that friendship, or have you repaired it by this point?
We spent 5 years, brick by brick, very slowly and organically rebuilding our friendship. So by the time you see us in the Palm Springs house, having a heart-to-heart with one another, we're like a million miles away from where we used to be. So it felt great. It felt like I'm talking to my friend, I see her husband doesn't come around. I'm trying to, I'm hearing all the other friends say, hey, where's your husband? When am I gonna meet your husband? Husband. And so I'm like solutions oriented. I'm like, what can I do? Is there something I can do to help this situation so my married friend doesn't show up like a single woman to every single event?
Yeah.
Who's going to this extravaganza, babe?
Golnesa, me, you.
I'm not going.
That's, I think, been the toughest thing to watch, because we know where the story ends, right? Or at least where it's going.
Yes.
And so it's hard to see Tommy not see what was happening.
But are you happy in your man?
I'm very happy.
But she doesn't feel that way. She's not happy.
Then she should get divorced.
It's his mother-in-law, the matriarch of that family, saying like, hey, your wife's not happy. And if his response to his mother-in-law, like if it were me, I'd be like, you know what you're telling me is really hard to hear. It hurts my feelings. I don't like it at all. But I love your daughter and I want to get to a better place. So thank you for sharing that with me, and I'm going to work on it. His immediate response was, she should get a divorce. So to me, I think to myself, if that's the way he's approaching that relationship, what can my expectation be as far as repairing something that he seems like they're over there, I'm over here, Golnesa and Reza weren't there for you, and it seems like he's never gonna change his mind.
Yeah.
So what am I gonna do?
When they replay that pool party fight,
You're a 50-year-old woman with no balls and no shame.
It's your
Shut the
does that reopen the wound, or are you able to watch it and not have feelings about it
No,
anymore?
it reopens the wound. I can smell the air, I can taste the food. It triggers me, I hate it so much, and it reminds me of a very dark and painful period, but I force myself to stay in that feeling to remind myself where we were and to never, ever, ever go back there again.
It's disappointing to learn that in the 5 years, movement really didn't happen for you and Tommy, which I think the world thought, oh, because you and MJ have gotten to a better place, there must have been movement there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it staying kind of, you're here, he's there?
It's hard, but I also can't want something that someone else doesn't want.
Right, you can't move somebody to meet you in the middle if they're not moving themselves. We watched her kind of tearfully ask him, would you at least have like an off-camera meeting? He didn't even acknowledge it.
Reza and I have gotten to a place where it is respectful. I think that there's like a world where that icebreaker would really settle a lot of contention, like unnecessary.
This is where I'm at. I'm hanging out with my kid. I'm not doing anything beyond this.
I assume that meeting never came for you.
So I don't want to spoil what transpires in the season, but it's way more shocking than the scene that you saw of him not responding. What ends up happening is 10,000 times crazier to me than the scene of him not acknowledging his tearful wife. Like, if you told me that that was what was gonna happen, I'd be like, mind blown. I wouldn't have even, and I like to think things A through Z, like plan A, B, C, D, E. It wouldn't have been on my radar.
Okay, so we are in for a ride.
Yes.
The second half of this season. We know where the story has landed for the two of them. Merce has decided to divorce Tommy. How do you feel about the choice she's made for herself, and what change have you seen in her since she has kind of reclaimed her life?
I'm very proud of my friend Merce. I didn't realize how bad things were because she was telling me things were much better than they actually were. When she started being honest with me about what was going on in her life, I felt really sad for her. It wasn't what she wanted. And she's now like lighter, freer. The sparkle is back in her eye. The grayness is lifting off and she's glowing, and there's a pep in her step and a joyfulness to her sound, and she's a completely different person already. And I just see it getting better as the days go by.
Well, that's all good to hear, because she does seem so heavy in her life in these first episodes.
Yes.
Your life, though, is pretty light.
Yes.
Which is very nice to see. You and Adam celebrating 10 years of marriage, 15 years together.
Yes.
You're going into business together.
Yes.
My husband is like, we need to take this delicious Persian and peddle it to the masses.
Really appreciate all this that you've done.
Does that complicate things at all, or is that the right move for you two to be together all the time in that way?
Many years back, my husband said to me, I watch you with your friends and they get the best version of you. And I get the stressed out, worrying about the house and the bills and this and that. Like, I want that fun Reza. I want a fun husband. And it was as if someone dropped 1,000-pound weight on my head. It woke me up and our relationship evolved into something very different. There's a lightness to our relationship that is just really very special to me. So when we approached business from that, like Reza in that place, as opposed to like stressed out, feeling the weight of the world on my shoulders, Reza, it was like, hell yeah, let's do business together. Like, he's much more of a partner, and I feel like we're way more equal than we have ever been in our relationship. So I appreciate him because I look at him as someone who's pulling half the weight of everything that we do, and it was a game changer.
That's called looking out for your husband.
Hopefully, the Valley Persian Style has a nice long run on Bravo.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Should we get a season 2? Would you like anybody from the Shah's past to pop in or join the cast in any way?
If it were up to me, Shervin, Mike, Lily, and Destiny would either be friends of, making cameos, appearances. I would love it because Mike is organically in my life, Shervin is organically in all of our lives, Lily's organically in my life and in Golnesa's life. Destiny has been a dear friend and has stayed a dear friend for all these years. So to see them back with us, showing the audience like where we're at in our relationships would be very fun for me.
Was anybody a little hurt that they weren't invited to the party in season 1?
So Mike posted a photo of himself in the Watch What Happens Live Clubhouse, and he said something about it can never be duplicated, it #OG, and it came across very bitter to me. But I put myself in his shoes, and if I were the Mike and he was the Reza, I would move to Uganda. I would not be able to handle being here with my old cast moving on and having a new show. So I can't blame him, but I don't think it landed the way he thought it was gonna land.
Yeah, I think the audience may think he needs to do a little soul searching given everything that kind of unfolded in those final seasons of Shah's and the immediate aftermath.
Well, then after I spoke to him and he started talking crazy, like the success of the show was all because of him, and I was like, what? The phone call was crazy. I literally had to get off the phone. I called Merce immediately to vent because I couldn't believe the convo. But I then got back on the train of like, if I were caught up in my feelings, I might be acting crazy in and around my former cast, moving on without me.
Fair enough. Is Assa in anyone's orbit still, or has she disappeared?
Assa became like the Deshaun Snow of the tribe, only because she left us after season 6, and we had 3 more seasons without her, but her approach became poo-pooing the show. And it's very hard to maintain a relationship with someone who is poo-pooing something that is still very special and important to you. And so walls started to go up between us, and then ultimately that relationship just dwindled.
It's like so much for kissing and making up.
People are now revisiting Shahs, which
Yes.
was made in a different time.
Yes.
There's one clip that keeps going around at a reunion. You guys were discussing MJ naming the dog Toya.
After Toya from Married to Medicine.
Really?
Really?
I saw her face, and I saw this dog. They're both mischievous, and
Is your
that's
Toya
it.
Hood?
She's gonna be.
How do you feel about those clips resurfacing and people looking at them through a 2026 lens?
I appreciate anyone's perspective from a 2026 lens. I would just remind them that I love Toya and I'm in a wonderful place with Toya, and unfortunately it was then, this is now, and if I ruffled any feathers or hurt anyone's feelings, I would extend an apology to that person. But it was a moment in time, very specific, as it related to a fight between Toya and Mariah at a party, referencing clips from interview bites of a specific episode that happened at that time.
Right.
And I was paraphrasing things from the show then that don't make sense
Out of context.
out of context. Would I say it today? No. Am I sorry for saying it? Absolutely. But it was a sound bite from a clip, and literally I love Toya. We're very close, and
Yeah.
hopefully that means something to those people that I upset.
After the Islamic Revolution of 1979, there was a huge migration.
A lot of Iranians packed up and fled to many countries, but the #1 place is right here in LA.
It feels kismet that the show is hitting the airwaves while all eyes are also on what's happening in Iran.
Yes.
What does it mean to you to be representing what life looks like here for your community while stuff is happening back home?
So my head and my heart are in Iran. I haven't slept in over a week. I'm so worried. And at the same time, I have so much hope for my people to be free. And I'm so grateful in this new adopted homeland. I'm an American citizen and I'm so proud to be one. And I'm so grateful that I was able to grow up in this country. And I get chills thinking about what life would have been like for me as a gay man growing up in Iran, where they literally stone and hang gay people. I'm glad you asked me the question. So I just want to let people know that my heart is with the Iranian people, and I hope they get the freedom that they deserve. A free Iran equals a safer world.
Memoirs of a Gay Shah, the best book title ever, is coming out in April, right?
It's coming out in April.
What did you learn about yourself in putting pen to paper and revisiting your life?
So it's literally a book from the time I was born until the time Alex Baskin called to pitch Valley Persian Style to me. And what I learned is Iranians, and specifically my family, are so resilient. We came here on a vacation with 4 suitcases. A revolution started in our home country and we never went back. It's a story about being seen in a place that didn't want to see me. I never felt like I fit in, and it's for all those people who don't feel seen or don't feel like they fit in. When I was a little kid, my mom would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would say, I want to be the Shah, because that's the king of Iran. And the monarchy was abolished, and I manifested a show called Shahs of Sunset. And with every odd against me, I was able to be a Shah and be sitting here with you today talking about my new show that's on the air. And I'm so full of gratitude and so grateful to be an American citizen, especially at a time when people in Iran are being shot in the street for just wanting their basic liberties.